The bottom of the jar and is part of one of our favorite drinks to serve on board. I'm going to tell you about that a little later on. But as we like to call them, at least if you have a cold or anything today, folks, if you're not feeling too well, don't worry. You got off-brand Dayquil and NyQuil sitting on your table ready to go. So it does about the same thing, costs about half as much, and can get you about twice as much fun when you're not feeling too good. So go ahead and indulge in those shots, folks. Enjoy them. Tell us what you think, and then we'll be around for the next sampling of the day in just a little while.
Yeah, it's running this time.
Happy anniversary.
That's good.
So you sip a NyQuil at home? Oh my God, that is NyQuil. That's NyQuil. Just don't pass out.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Hang on tight.
Oh my God. This is why they had you do 3 shots.
That's all that matters.
At the end of the day, just throw some lemonade on it.
It's like a bar match shot, but a little bit stronger.
Yeah, exactly.
This guy.
Ooh, all right.
Yeah, I'm back there. Answer your questions. What was the first one?
That was just bad.
Yeah. One was just down about 5 miles from us at a senior citizens place. And, you just give them $10 and they, it goes to the old Alzheimer's Association or something like that. And the other one was, anyway, we go there and we check it out.
Yeah.
Inside, you might see some large holes in them. You have those large holes, groundhog holes. Yep. Now, when this kudzu goes dormant, there's nothing but a dead vine that lay on top of these hillsides. You would be able to see a pathway that connects hole to hole to hole to hole. Almost like a little inner network of groundhogs. Now let me tell you, that brings me to a very important rule that I keep in my car, folks. If you see wildlife, well, you got to point and yell.
We'll try
all right?
next year.
We're going on average 20-15-ish miles an hour, and it can be tough to spot wildlife. So guys, don't be bashful. Just point and yell. And if you mistake a bear for a dog, well, we're not going to laugh at you too hard. We'll just blame it on the shine. Keep it rolling, okay?
Well, I'd like to find a
This kudzu throughout the year. And like Steven said, this kudzu has a lot of extra iron and protein in it, so they get a lot of extra iron and protein in their diet, making them grow to large sizes. Around here, a Western Carolina groundhog can grow up to 15 to 20 pounds, y'all. That is the size of a small black bear cub. That's the kind of groundhog that will meet you in a dark parking lot and steal your wallet.
Let's see how it goes.
Alright, looks like I am late for the before shot, so let's get some during shot. 2 and 2 are all together.
2 and 2.
Alright, let's see. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Alright, here we go. Great dancing. And we have a stick here. Look at how slender we get. I love it. Awesome. Alright, I'll leave that with you there and enjoy.
I'm not going to pick it up and I'll throw it down.
With a little red roof on top of it. This home is the oldest house in all of Swain County. Now, this house is nicknamed the Civil War House as it stands and was originally built by 4 brothers who all went to fight for the Confederacy, but only one of those brothers returned from battle. It was passed down through his family for generations up until about 5 years ago when it was put up for sale for the price tag of $450,000. It included the home and 3 acres of land that encompassed the home. What'd you see back there?
Yeah.
Anyways, so it did sell. It sold for almost that $450,000 price tag because of the historic value of the property and the artesian well that exists on the land. Now, the owner of that home, we don't know yet if he has any plans to renovate the property because the project itself would cost over $1.2 million to get that home up and running to be up to code. So as it stands today, it is the oldest historic landmark in all of Bryson City, standing in that field in its glory.
I didn't see how big the house was.
Not big.
I don't know. Larry's working now.
Build a whole house. So the labor.
35 years.
35. How many years you got now? About 100?
No, yeah, a nice well.
This is more NyQuil.
Yes.
So if you had a cold, you thought you were going to have a cold, I think you're pretty good now. Oh yeah.
The Southeast, specifically powering aluminum plants out of Tennessee to build war engines. But after 1945, the war was over, and this turned to a strictly recreational lake as it stands today. Now, Lake Fontana has a massive dam, and Stephen will be telling you a little bit about the lake and the dam and everything that goes along with it. But the Tennessee Valley Authority were the folks in charge of that project. And essentially, when they came to the Fontana Valley and built the dam, they were about 2 months away from filling in the lake when they approached all 40 towns and homesteads and all of their residents, telling them, we will buy your property for 37 cents on the dollar if you want to move out. So here in the Appalachia, your home is your home, and your land is your land. You ain't giving that up for nobody, no how. So that offer was almost unanimously denied by everybody in the valley. Well, they were approached again a month later and told, you now have 17, or we'll give you 17 cents on the dollar. You have a month to leave your property. A lot of people took that deal. They wanted something rather than nothing, but there were still quite a few folks that stayed behind. Well, 2 weeks after that, they were approached one last time and told, for flooding this lake, whether you're here or not, you need to vacate immediately. And they did, because 2 weeks later, Lake Fontana was born. All 40 towns and homesteads wiped out by the initial wave of water and pushed under the lake where they stand today. But a list of names was started of all of the residents who lost their land here in the Fontana Valley. And that list didn't see the light of day again until 1973. But in 73, the descendants of the folks who lost their land here in the Fontana Valley approached the U.S. government and the Tennessee Valley Authority stating, enough is enough. It's time for you to pay us what you owe. We want our reparations. So the U.S. government, paired with a fund started by the Tennessee Valley Authority, started to pay reparations to all the folks who lost their land in the form of every floating home that you see on Lake Fontana today. Now, all 458 of those homes, no more will ever be added. They can only be taken off and replaced. But all 458 of those homes are in some way, shape, or form related to the folks who lost their land down in the Fontana Valley. Now, 4 years ago, those homes were threatened. Duke Energy came into the picture and told them, your homes are an eyesore, they're polluting our lake, we want them gone. Well, the residents didn't take too kindly to that notion, so they engaged in a legal battle that lasted about 2.5 years. A year and a half of which was spent conducting an environmental impact study to figure out the effects of these homes on Lake Fontana. And after they completed that year-and-a-half study, we found there are no effects. This is the cleanest lake in all of North Carolina. So they got an extension on the lease of each of these homes by another 30 years, and somebody finally got to stick it to Duke Energy. So win win.
It's a beautiful green.
Highest point of which on that range is Clingman's Dome, the highest point in the entire Great Smoky Mountains.
Take a picture of that.
Now you gotta watch out when we're coming along these lake routes, folks. A lot of people still rent and use these houses throughout this summer months. So we have a lot of folks that, well, they like to show us stuff when we come by these homes. Needless to say, there is a strong standing tradition of mooning this train as it goes by the lake and the river. Now, we are on the moonshine train, yes indeed. So, you know, this is a 21 and older car, so halfway through the trip, clothing becomes optional. So, your best defense throughout your ride today of getting mooned by somebody off the train, folks, is to moon them back by the end of the trip.
mountains though. Here. Come over this way. There you go.
Might got a
Like
second of
half
it.
second.
Try.
Oh wow, look at that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're holding on. I was yelling. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so hold on tight. Get ready to cross over our second trestle of the day. Now, this is the longest, tallest trestle. This is the Fontana Light trestle, and it stretches 777 feet long. Okay?
Wow.
Now, the pillars beneath this trestle, 190 feet high. And that also includes the depth that they are down into the lake. Bless you. Now, as we're crossing over this trestle, if you're looking out of the left-hand side, out of this left-hand side, you'll start to see a wire that's running parallel to us right out here. Now, this wire you're getting ready to see, you're starting to see now, that's an old telegraph wire. And that wire used to run all the way to Bryson City, all the way out here to the town of Almond, North Carolina, where an old train depot used to sit. In fact, the owner of Southern Folk Railroad used to live out here in the town of Almond, and we'll actually pass his old depot in about a couple minutes or so. Now, in the winter month, they drop this lake an average of 40 feet. Okay, so all those piers you see, those private docks, completely beached along the embankment side. Now, they do this to allow for any fluctuation from the three major rivers that feed this lake. All right, you got the Tuckasegee River, the Little Tennessee River, and then the Nantahala River. And we'll actually see those other two rivers here a little bit later on during our trip. Now, this lake, if you ever look at it on a map, it almost looks like a giant river. This lake, it stretches 19 miles long. It has 210 miles of shoreline. A lot of fingers into it. And then you can kind of imagine the topography that surrounds this lake. Well, that mountainscape, it goes just straight down. At its deepest point, Fontana Lake sits 450 feet deep. Now, here in a moment, you're going to see a large opening out towards the lake. It's going to be between a private little boat there and a 12 post, okay? Now, and I'll point it out as we're getting in, but this large opening that you're getting ready to see, that's the tail end of the Little Tennessee River as it kind of feeds perpendicular to where we're here now. Now, I'm going to come around and we're going to go ahead and open up the bar, pass out some menus for you guys, all right? That's right. So, as I'm coming around here, you can feel free to take a look. Now, I'm going to let you know, there's one drink on here particularly, horrible drink. In fact, if you order it, we're probably not going to make it for you, okay? It's got a lot going on, and if you read it, it's the Moonshine Punch. It's got moonshine, lemon juice, orange juice, grenadine, simple syrup, muddled blackberries, Splash Club soda. A lot going on in that small drink, okay? So we steer people away from that. Not even worth your money, okay? Now, what is a good drink? Let me tell you, we've got the Appalachian Sunrise, okay? That is a moonshine, peach schnapps, cranberry juice, and orange juice, okay? And so if you kind of read those ingredients, it's kind of like a sex on the beach, you know? But hey, we're not on a beach, okay, guys? We're on a train. So that's your sex on a train right there, okay? That's it. So if you're looking out again towards the lakeside, we're starting to hit that large opening between that boat and this 12 post. And it'll open up just a little bit more here in a second, and you'll get to see that Little Tennessee River. Thank you. All right, so if you're still looking at that menu, and Chris, if you hit the backside with me, oh, we are good to go. Awesome. So yes, the Appalachian Sunrise, sex on a train. Now, another fan favorite that tends to be the Luke's Caboose. Peach schnapps, peach moonshine, pink lemonade with a little bit of Sprite in it. And garnished with a nice piece of peach that sits at the bottom of our 83 peach down, okay? So definitely, that's a fan favorite. Let me tell you, if you take that Appalachian Sunrise, that sex on the train, and you pair that up with that dirty girl, that blonde L down there at the bottom of the beer list, well, you get to join the infamous Mile Long Club. Now, if you're looking out towards Lakeside, you're going to notice we're passing a boat arena right now. This is the Almond Boat Arena. Now, great spot to rent a pontoon boat out there if you're looking to recreate on the lake. What people don't know about this location, it's the spot of the old Fort Lindsay. Now, Fort Lindsay was a military base that was used to house Native Americans before forcing them on the Trail of Tears. You know anything about the Trail of Tears, folks? Very sad thing. 16,000 forced out west. Roughly half perished along the way. But you know, if you do happen to feel guilty about our nation's past, you can always head over to Cherokee. They've got a very, very large building over there with no windows that will accept your donation, night or day. That's right, talking about a casino, yeah? Now here in a moment, you're going to notice a bridge, actually a highway, okay, if you're looking out towards Lakeside. Now this highway bridge we're going to be crossing underneath, this is Highway 28. And if you take 74, go westward, past Bryson City, you run into 28. 28 north takes you all the way to the Fontana Dam. Now we're not going to go anywhere close to the dam today. It's about a 50-minute commute from this location here. Definitely recommend checking out. That dam, it stands 480 feet tall and is the tallest dam this side of the Rockies. The Appalachian Trail also runs right over top of the dam. You can go over there, get a great dam tour, take some good dam pictures, and have a damn good time.
Damn
Now here in a second, we're going to be coming through the town of Almond, North Carolina. And if you're looking out the right-hand side travel, looking at this road here, it's going to take a nice little bend, and right on the corner of that bend there's an old white house you're getting ready to see. Now this old white house, this is the old train depot. That's right, that telegraph wire that was running on that trestle back there fed this depot here. Now like I said, the owner or ex-owner of Southern Folk Railroads used to live out here for a lot of his business out of that very depot. Now he did all of his hiring, his firing, and his raising out of that very depot. And sadly, if you were the unfortunate one to be getting the can, the boot, he would have you come out to his depot where he would let you go. But he would not let you ride his train going back the way you came. That's right, he didn't make it too long as the owner. Now, we're actually passing his estate right now. Can't see much of it behind this large mound of earth, but you will get to see his servants' quarters. The servants' quarters located in this rock building, real close to the track. If you blink, you'll miss it. Here it comes.
Yeah.
So if you look on either end, you'll get to see either side of our train cars. It kind of wraps around the lake here.
Oh my word.
And then, yes, looking in our tail direction, all those other train cars being pulled today. Yeah, they're considered air class back there. We're first class.
It's not a caboose, those are diesel engines.
It's like soup.
All right, so a pirate walks into a bar. Pirate walks into a bar. The bartender looks at him and says, "Hey, what's that steering wheel doing in your pants?" He goes, "R, it's driving me nuts." What's a pirate's favorite letter? R. Nay, you might think it's R, but it's actually the C. listen, guys, they're not all 10s today, okay? A lot of them are 3s and 4s, and you just got to add them up. Hopefully by the end, you'll get at least 1 or 2 10s. That building right there, that first one right there, is the oldest brothel in all of Swain County. Gentlemen, let me know if it looks familiar, that little building right there. Now, it is sadly closed on the weekends. I'm not sure why, but it feels